We all find incredible, amazing, and even downright bizarre stories and news on the internet. Some make it to mainstream news while others don't, either due to not fitting with a certain narrative or to simply being overlooked. Regardless, we are trialing a project for our YouTube channel to bring you a brief recap of 5 of the most interesting, mysterious, and alternative news articles we've discovered in the past week. And what better way to start this pilot than with an official acknowledgement of unidentified flying objects? US Navy to document UFO sightings. At the beginning of May, it was revealed that the US Navy has plans to officially set up a system to record and investigate reports lodged by their pilots when they see a flying object that they can't explain. But having made this announcement, the US Navy have made it clear that it doesn't intend to make the data public, citing that the reports would contain classified information. Their official stated purpose is to avoid the stigma that is often attached to the reporting of UFOs within that profession, which could potentially be military aircraft from elsewhere in the world. But what do you think? The universe itself may be conscious. Physicist Gregory Matloff has published a paper proposing experiments that would test the theory that our universe is in fact conscious. While potentially still a controversial idea in mainstream science communities, Matloff further proposes that stars could be controlling their own galactic paths. But before you dismiss this, it's important to note that various other scientists are open-minded to this theory, including theoretical physicist Sir Roger Penrose, who is credited with introducing panpsychism to mainstream science 30 years ago, and neuroscientist Christoph Koch, who presents the theory that consciousness is not just limited to biological things. Yeti footprints discovered by Indian Army. An Indian Army mountaineering team has reportedly discovered Yeti footprints whilst trekking near Makalu Base Camp in Nepal. Makalu is the 5th highest mountain in the world, located just 12 miles south of Mount Everest, and has had its fair share of Yeti sightings and reports over the years. As of yet, the Indian Army haven't given away any hint on whether this is a well-played joke, or if they're serious and truly believe these to be the footprints of a Yeti. But as you would expect, their post has been received by people around the world with mixed reactions, with some using it as irrefutable proof that the Yeti exists, while others mockingly respond with animated Yeti GIF images and critical comments. Could these be genuine footprints left behind by such a creature, or is it a clever publicity stunt for the Indian Army and its expedition team? Let us know what you think in the comments. The mysterious light display over Norway. Norway is no stranger to the aurora borealis, or strange lights in the sky, but on the 5th of April this year, people in Norway were treated to both. On the night in question, strange pillars of purple, blue and pink lights accompanied the light show that the Northern Lights were already putting on. While at first unexplained and unusual, the event had been explained away as having been the result of the launch of a new rocket system of NASA's, which was launched in Norway to study the flow of the wind in the uppermost regions of the Earth's atmosphere. The rockets launched, known as Azure, which stands for Auroral Zone Upwelling Rocket Experiment, is the first of 8 scheduled launches from the area. By chance, this event was captured by local photographer Michael Theusner, who already had his camera fixed on the sky from a location circa 112 miles south of the launch site. Take a look. As incredible and weird as it looks, the photographer is certain that he had found the true cause. In the description of the 17-second time-lapse footage, Michael explains that at first he had no explanation for what the mysterious sight was, and jokingly suggested that it was the product of an alien attack. But after having quickly made a web search, he found the official explanation as given by NASA to be Aurora research. Jesus was picked up by a space vehicle. In a book penned by Chan Thomas, the author hints to having been a UFO researcher with the US Air Force by crediting senior officers for helping with the contents of his book. Thomas makes the familiar claims that many other UFO researchers have made since, that the Earth cycles through periods of pole shifts and that our solar system passes through galactical null zones every few thousand years, citing that the most recent resulting cataclysm was Noah's flood. The author also goes on to suggest that Jesus was not a prophet, but a wise scholar who was trained in India and who had predicted an impending global disaster and had tried to warn people about it. One of the more interesting claims of Thomas, and perhaps most controversial, is that he translated Jesus' last words on the cross, speaking in an Indian dialect: I am fainting, darkness is overcoming me, and that his ascension to heaven was actually Jesus being picked up by a space vehicle. While perhaps outlandish to some, it's been noted that a copy of this book had entered the CIA files in 1966, which has led to some people to believe that this must lend credibility to the authenticity of the claims within the pages of the book. It was last published in 1993 and had remained obscure until very recently, and subsequently has now been published online, with Google stating that interest in the book has increased by 700% in the past 12 months. We hope you enjoyed our pilot video on recent interesting and alternative news that's bouncing around the web. Links to sources and references can be found in the description box below. Let us know what you think in the comments, and please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. You can follow us on Facebook by searching for NIUFOS, and if you think you've got something interesting or alternative to share with us, please let us know. Until next time, keep believing. The truth is out there.